Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while. So what's going on with me? If you've been watching, you know that my friend is in a severe situation, manic episode with drugs, whatever, I don't know. I know she's using and I know she's not in her right mind. But anyway, I still haven't been able to get through to her, hang out with her, or anything like that. She lost her cat, which is really kind of a bummer. She found her cat though, which is super cool. She found it like hiding in the complex. She doesn't have it back, but at least she knows it's not dead. It sucks because I lost my cat when I was manic. I took it in the car with me all the way to San Diego, and then my car ran out of gas and I just abandoned it because I was fully blown manic. And I thought I was gonna get gas, but then I forgot I was getting gas and I got a ride from some random guy and I made him take me to Starbucks rather than to the gas station. I remember I took my guitar with me. I had like this pink cheap guitar that I had bought and I just gave it to some chick in front of Starbucks. I was just totally out of my mind. Anyways, also in my last video, I think I might have mentioned like there was something that I really wanted to talk to you guys about because it really related to one of my episodes, and I think it really does a good job of displaying how trauma in your life can like kind of funnel into your delusions and get all diluted and not really make any sense, and it's really scary. But the thing that I wanted to talk about that was really controversial and that I was scared to talk to you about is that I had an abortion at a very young age. I was scared to say that because a lot of people are very pro-life, and they'll like, some people, you know, have been known to like make attacks on people. So it's kind of scary. Also, it's a real personal thing, and a lot of people have very strong feelings about it. But I had an abortion at a very young age. And when I had my last severe manic episode, I believed that, okay, so you guys know, like, so I believed that, and I don't know if this was part fantasy rolled into it, because it seems like a lot of the stuff that I would like dilute myself into my delusions was like, I couldn't really see what was really happening because it was so painful for me. I would try to manifest it into something else. So at the time I had really different beliefs, because this was what, 4 years ago, not the abortion, but 4 years ago when I had my last episode. At the time, I really believed that, you know, I believed in God. I went to church. I was very spiritual, and I often wondered, you know, did I do something wrong? Or I felt like I did something wrong. I no longer feel that way. And I didn't feel that it was wrong for my life. I felt like maybe in a God sense of way, like it wasn't the right thing. I knew I would be forgiven for it, but now I just like, I have a complete different set of belief systems. So I don't believe it was wrong at all. It definitely wasn't wrong for the point in my life that I was at. However, I did have a severe manic episode a few years later, but that was caused by a multitude of things that were happening in my life at that time, in addition to me just having a mental illness. But in my delusion, I actually believed, like, okay, so one thing that really drove me nuts when I was out of my mind was all the wires, all the power lines all around the city. I thought that they were like keeping track or of all of us through these wires somehow, like whoever they is, I don't know, the secret spies, the people who, the Illuminati, I have no idea. But you know, those 5G things that are up on the towers, those big things that look like buckets. Well, at the time I was severely manic. So I believed that in those 5Gs were actually babies, and that they never actually aborted the babies, because it was very like conspiracy theory about when I was in that state of mind. So I believe that they never actually killed the babies. They took them and they grew them in these 5G things. But I didn't know they were 5G things. I just thought they were weird containers that no one knew what they were. And so that's what I believed. And that played into my delusion. That was my reality. Like, I literally believed that I actually had a baby out there somewhere. And then at one point I thought it was my little sister, because my little sister's significantly younger and she could be my daughter, but not in the real world. Like, she was adopted by my parents from, someone else. But I believed in my mind that that was all just not real, and that I had some conspiracy theory that I really didn't have an abortion, and that this was my daughter, and because I was in just crazy stuff. But anyways, the reason I wanted to tell you guys about that was because it displays how, past trauma can play into these delusions. And that's one of the things that I find most fascinating about mental illness and bipolar disorder, is the manic episodes and the places your mind goes. And I'm really curious about it. Like, why? For me, it's because of trauma. It's always trauma. It's always trauma that comes up. It's always trauma that is twisted into these weird delusions. So I don't know if it's like that for you guys. But if you're still watching and you haven't been entirely offended by the fact that I admitted to having an abortion, a lot of people, like I said, feel very strongly to that. Anyways, if you're still here, let me know if you guys have had some kind of experience like this, where you had a severe trauma and it just completely twisted and played into something else, into your delusion. I would really, if it's not too personal, I would love to hear it, because like I said, I just find it really interesting. Anyways, I hope you guys are good. I have been writing music since I haven't been doing my vlog as much. I have been writing music the last couple of weeks. I've just been kind of like recovering from everything that happened with my friend. That was really traumatic for me, and it still is kind of traumatic for me. But anyways, I'm rambling now. Have a good, wonderful day, week, whatever, until I see you next time. Bye.